Berlin mayor hints at tearing down Comfort Women Memorial in city.
Here's a summary of the article.
The mayor of Berlin vowed to resolve the conflict over a statue in the German city commemorating victims of Japan's Comfort Women system of sexual slavery, emphasizing the importance of change during a meeting with the foreign minister of Japan. German civic groups have decried the city leader's comments as insinuating that the statue could be removed. The city of Berlin issued a press release on Thursday stating that Mayor Kai Wegner stated that it is important to make changes on the issue of the statues standing in the city while speaking with Japanese Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa during a visit to Tokyo. During the discussion, the Berlin mayor said he was in favor of monuments that called for the end of violence against women, but that such representation should not be one-sided. He mentioned that he was in contact with all parties involved, including the district and the federal government, and announced that he would also include the Japanese ambassador to Germany in the talks concerning the statue. In a commentary issued on the matter on Saturday, the civic group wrote, "Contrary to his statement, Kai Wegner is not in conversation with us, the people who erected the Statue of Peace. We would be happy to take part in the exchange if it is offered to us." The district alone has jurisdiction over the Statue of Peace, the organization stated. It also called for a discussion with the mayor in which they would also like to discuss the pressure from the Japanese government on district politics and the state government of Berlin. In response to the claim that the statue symbolizes a one-sided representation, the organization argued that the Statue of Peace is a universal monument against sexual violence in conflict regions. Korea Verband invited Wegner to visit their Museum of Comfort Women to see for himself the various perspectives on the representation of sexual violence in war and engage in the association's educational work. While the Berlin Statue of Peace was ordered to be removed by the local MIDI district office shortly after its installation in October 2020, the order was put on hold after Korea Verband applied for an injunction.
This post received a score of 5,400, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The mayor of Berlin vowed to resolve the conflict over a statue in the German city commemorating victims of Japan's Comfort Women system of sexual slavery, emphasizing the importance of change during a meeting with the foreign minister of Japan. Opening square bracket ? Closing square bracket. The Japanese government has been calling for the removal of all statues dedicated to the victims of Imperial Japan's sexual slavery system around the world, stating that they symbolize South Korea's skewed view of history.
Skewed view of history, says the one passing off sex slaves as part of their culture.
Hey, the Japanese immediately acknowledged and apologized for the use of comfort women in 1990. What do you want from them? What's next? You want them to acknowledge and apologize for the alleged rape of Nanjing?
Dang impressive that they apologized in the same century.
My Dutch-Indonesian grandfather was forced to watch his sister be beheaded after she refused to act as comfort woman. Now I don't hold any of current-day Japanese responsible for past Japanese actions. And I know they aren't big on accepting or admitting war crimes. But this seems kinda, yeah. It's just weirder that a country like Germany is considering acquiescing to this insane demand when they're so good about highlighting how the fucked up and owning it to the tune of never fucking again.
Old friends that go way back.
They're along the same axis.
They still have some old-fashioned attitudes about the issue.
They did not see eye to eye with some other countries. Greater than during the discussion, the Berlin mayor said he was in favor of monuments that call for the end of violence against women, but that such representation should not be one-sided. I beg your fucking pardon? What's the other side here? The people that committed the rapes.
Greater than, but that such representation should not be one-sided. Hopefully he won't say the same shit about the Holocaust memorial.
Didn't he accuse an Israeli Jew of anti-Semitism a few months ago?
I guess you're referring to this? There were people calling for a ceasefire in Gaza from the stage of the Berlinale Film Festival, including a Jewish-Israeli director, Yuval Abraham. That display of anti-Semitism caused outrage in Israel and in German politics, including from Berlin's mayor.
Yes, that's the one. Edit. There was also the following gem. Edit 2. The official X account of the German Ministry of Culture literally wrote this. Beyond parody.
I was wondering why this statue wouldn't be in Japan, but then this. Well, if the country where it shouldn't be forgotten wants everyone to forget it, then it makes sense for the statues to appear in other countries. History that gets forgotten just ends up repeating itself.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.